Hey, what's going on guys? Garden Shed here and welcome! So sorry I look a bit like rubbish, all will be revealed soon. I hope you enjoyed the little intro. Yes, this update video is a day late. Normally I get my videos out on a Wednesday. Unfortunately, I tried to ride a bicycle a few days ago and then subsequently was admitted to hospital with a potential spinal fluid leak. Probably because I was trying to do too much. But all is good, no spinal fluid leak. So yeah, I came out of hospital yesterday having them run various tests and things like that. But yeah, that was a little bit of a concern. So obviously you have spinal fluid goes up your spine and into your head and stuff like that, and they were worried it was coming through the wound into my head and into my mouth, and yeah, not good. So yeah, don't overdo it. Is what I'm saying. If you're watching these and you have an acoustic neuroma and you're watching the recovery, don't do it, because apparently the treatment for that is them putting a pipe through your spine and draining it or something like that. So luckily it wasn't a leak. Luckily I'm okay, and fingers crossed all is good. But anyway, I'm back home, and being back home is amazing because the wonderful Bex88 sent me a parcel. She saw that I make tea in every video, so she sent me a box full of tea, which is brilliant. So lots been going on recently. You've been missing out, unfortunately. What's been happening? A couple of weeks ago now, I went to the Dove Cottage ride. I didn't actually ride a bike. I'm riding that bicycle then's the closest I've been to two wheels. But yeah, so I just went there and just say hi to a few friendly people and stuff like that. And that was brilliant fun. I've got some footage of it, which I'll just pop in here quickly of everyone coming in. Unfortunately, I couldn't see the camera viewfinder screen thing, so one, I wasn't sure if I had the bikes, and two, I couldn't see that I was shaking every time I was waving at people I knew, so sorry. Yeah, so no, all good. Then, yeah, I had my 6-week review last week, so I have a review at 6 weeks and 3 months. 3 months is followed by, is preceded by a MRI scan, just check everything's okay, and then go through that, and then I get the results back from the tumour they sent off to Manchester. So yeah, I have my 6-week review. I've been allowed to drive now. I'm allowed to drive as of my 6-week review. I'm also allowed to return to work. The reason I'm looking distinctly dishevelled and homeless is the fact that I'm not back at work, I'm still at home, and you know what, there's no point in doing my hair and stuff like that if I'm not going out. The reason for that is there was a load of paperwork to go through for work, so yeah, returning on Monday, so had 7 extra working days off, which is a bit annoying because it means I'm on sick pay for 7 extra days, and then I go back, so 2 weeks of doing half days, and then we review it from when we get back. I hope you're appreciating this new vibrated camera. I've got my actual camera recorder, but the problem is, as you can see, I'm literally full extension to try and hold it far enough away so it's not like, hello, how are you? So yeah, bit achy, but yeah, so all is good. Hopefully going back to work, got a mountain of tea to get through, just been doing little bits and bobs, feeling a little bit more alive. I haven't tried to ride my bike yet. The reason I've tried to ride a bicycle was because my logic is the fact that a bicycle is really easy to fall off. More easy, hey, hang on, I can put that there. There we go, and take a step back. Brilliant. So yeah, basically a bicycle I figure is lighter, more easy to fall off, and just generally more, what's the word, not nimble but twitchy. So, you know, it's easier to veer off and things like that. So I thought, well, if I can ride a bicycle, I can ride a motorbike. This is my logic. Ta-da! So yeah, I can get my helmet off. Taking it off, however, is a completely different kettle of fish. It actually really hurts, so I bought myself a little balaclava. The scar goes from there, I'll just trace it with my finger, all the way around to there. Oh, hang on, I've lost it. It's healing so well I'm losing it. Chunky one, and then I got one on my leg as well. Basically, I thought they were putting a metal plate in my head. They didn't, and I found this out at the review. What they did was they took a chunk of flesh out of my leg, packed, and then when they cut away part of the skull, they didn't actually replace part of the skull. They basically debunged it full of flesh from my leg to pad it out, so I have a squidgy bit behind my ear. It's a bit disgusting, but quite fun to poke. Very painful though. Put a helmet on to some degree with a lot of pain and a little bit of swearing, but I can wear a helmet, I can ride a bicycle, so well, sort of. It was a bit wonky, wasn't it? I really want to make it to Parsons Drove this year on the bike. Hopefully on the bike. We shall see. It just depends on, you know, not rushing things. But so far, I basically try and push myself a little bit every day. Sometimes that can be a bit stupid. Either trying to walk too far, trying to do too much, trying to ride a bicycle. There was lots of falling off involved. Turns out riding a bicycle is not actually like learning to ride a bike. You do, if you have a major operation that affects your balance, you can't ride a bike anymore. So I taught myself to ride a bike. So the first few times I sort of did it, I went out with my motorbike helmet on just to protect my head in case I did fall head first. Fell off a couple of times, but nothing too major. Yeah, whoops. But yeah, you've just got to sort of try these things, and you know, everyone says take it easy, and I do take it easy. I don't try anything really stupid. Like, I haven't tried to ride a motorbike, like I said, trying to ride a bicycle first. But I figure that if you don't push yourself, then you don't get better. You just sort of stay the same. If you constantly challenge yourself, like for example, the first time I walked to the village shop, it took me forever, and I was absolutely knackered by the end of it. So sort of I did that for about 3 or 4 days. Walked every day to the village shop and back, which is only a few hundred yards. And anyway, so did that, and I've got, you know, a little bit further, and it got a little bit easier and got a little bit quicker and things like that. So I try and do that. I tend to go for a longer walk in the evening, try and build up a little bit of stamina. But I mean, just pedaling a bike around the garden for 5 minutes absolutely tired me out. So yeah, I'm just trying to do things that aren't dangerously stupid, but try and push myself a little bit. For example, I was told that when I came home I had to spend literally a week in bed, and I was wandering around the house, sort of launching myself from piece of furniture, holding on. They were really surprised with my 6-week review. The chap could not believe the progress I've made. So there is method to my madness. Apparently you've never quite known anyone recover so quickly, especially their balance. I can balance on one foot, I can balance with my eyes shut. Because basically if you lose part of your hearing, you then use your eyesight a little bit more to work out your balance and things like that. So typically after an acoustic neuroma, before your balance is fully back, if you shut your eyes you just go timber. But yeah, I didn't. So you can believe, initially, you know, it was meant to be 3 months off work. 6-week review, I got the clear to go back to work. So they really couldn't believe the progress that I've made in 6 weeks. And he said, you know, have you been doing all your physio exercises? No, I haven't. I will admit that I actually left a sheet of paper by accident in the hospital. So I don't have a clue what my physio exercises are, but I figured it's sort of different moving around and things like that. So, you know, I think the best way to get back to normal is try and keep a normal as routine as possible. But we're getting there. my hair looks horrific because it's all bushy that side, and then that side they shaved my head. So it's all yeah, so it looks like I've got a right decent like middle-aged comb over going on. Wait, no, that side. Yeah, oh well. Camera's trickery. So yeah, all has been well. Sorry, I'm in a bit of a hyper mood. I had a very large piece of cake and a bag of Skittles. And good news, despite a diet of Skittles, cake, biscuits and sitting on a sofa for 7 weeks, I've lost weight. I've lost 3 kilos. So either that's due to a chunk of stuff being taken out of my head, or I'm amazing at dieting. But yeah, all good. Token cup of tea in the video. Thanks once again, Bex. Awesome. You're my hero. Yeah, that's about it really. Anyway, thank you ever so much for watching, and take care.